Yo, what's up lads? It's Tom. Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to talk about the new way of doing things because guys, I'm pretty sure we are all fed up of bulking and cutting and bulking and cutting, all to just look pretty much exactly the same every single fucking year. And that's the reality of it, guys. And what comes with bulking and cutting, not only not great results, but what also happens is you feel shit 90% of the year plus, because you're going through phases where you're telling yourself, oh, it's bulking season, I'm just going to eat loads of shit, I'm going to get fat, I'm just going to get my physique so jacked, and then it doesn't end up being jacked. You push that scale weight up just for it to be body fat, just so that you have to go down a major aggressive cut 4 weeks out from your holiday, go away looking like pretty much a sack of shit in your own eyes, still with all that stubborn body fat there and still not the muscle tissue you wanted. Now, there's a new way of doing this, guys. There is a better way. It is 2024, and we want to feel lean year round. We want to feel athletic. We want to feel fit. We want to be cognitively sharp, because I'm pretty sure right now, yes, you want to build a sick physique, but you also want to build a life for yourself. You want to build a career, and you're not going to build a career going eating Domino's pizzas, eating fat fuck food every single day, letting yourself off because you're bulking, right? We want to be sharp, we want to be fit, we want to look good, we want the full package. So I'm going to show you exactly how to get into elite condition and build your physique, simultaneously staying lean year round, cognitively sharp, and not have to do all this crazy bulking and cutting to just feel really bad in your body. Because at the end of the day, guys, the old way of doing things, bulking and cutting, leaves you feeling shit with your physique basically all year, 95% of the year, I would say, and still not even content in the 5%. Whereas if you follow my way of doing things, it's about to be 20% harder at the start mentally, and then you're going to have the rest of your life moving forwards and never feeling bad again. You're going to be leaner, you're going to be growing tissue every day, you're going to be sharp, you're going to be looking good, and it all comes from building the mindset and executing the phase. So right now, you are probably just going up, down, up, down, up, down, building it. So this is the new way of doing things, okay? This is what we do at EO1. Prime, I'm going to run you through them all shortly. Shred, build, recomp, build, recomp. So we are going to priming phase. We are going to set our physique journey once and for all up for success. We're going to optimize performance, energy, recovery. Okay, so what that means is we're going to come in around maintenance. We're going to get a nice healthy amount of fats, good amount of carbs, hit optimal protein, build solid routines, discipline, habits. So nothing's extreme. We're just building consistency, building health, building precision. From here, we would do a priming phase for 2 weeks just to get our body ready. We would then go into a sustainable shred phase, where we would, week after week, between a KPI of 0.75 and 1.25% body mass per week, we would pull off body fat into elite condition. So I see a lot of people when they do this bulk cut, they go crazy high food, crazy low food with extreme cardio, and then they make great progress for the first 2 weeks, and then they hit a wall and they're like, I just can't get that fat off. It's because you need to bring it down like a ladder. So the priming phase that we run actually allows our body to set a new baseline. It's called baseline priming. And what that then means is from here, we've almost like rebuilt your maintenance. So then we can pull a little bit, squeeze everything out of the lemon, pull a little bit more, whether that's cardio or food, pull a little bit more, pull a little bit more. And we do that all the way into elite condition instead of just getting rid of everything and then having nowhere to go, because it may take you 12, 16 weeks to get into elite condition. If you pull everything from the start and push cardio to the roof, your body will never, ever get there. And all you're going to do is drive up cortisol. So the priming phase allows us to get everything in the green. Imagine we've got performance, energy, recovery, run them all in the green, like bar charts, and then we're going to hold them up in the green through the shred phase by taking it step by step by step, all the way into elite condition. Because right now, you may be red, yellow, red, yellow, green for those things. But then if you go straight into a cut or a shred phase, you are literally just going to deplete all those into the red, and that's when you hit that wall and you can't get leaner. And if you do try, you just lose a load of muscle. And after you've just gone through the bulk phase, you just come back to the same place, right? So we set ourselves up for success, and then we take it step by step through a shred phase. From here, we go into what we call a build and performance block. So not a bulk. We are not trying to get fat. We are not trying to add 20 kg. Now, if you want to be the biggest pro bodybuilder on the planet, like I said, this video is probably not for you. I am speaking to the lads right now that want to maybe, over the next few years, put on 8, 10 kg of lean muscle mass, get lean, stay lean year round, operate at a high level, progress through the career, maybe be an entrepreneur, whatever, and just be that high level guy. I'm not talking about pro bodybuilders. Yes, you're gonna have to have extreme bulks, but a lot of this still applies to bodybuilders, to be fair, right? So we wanna then go through a build phase, and this is effectively where we start driving carbohydrates up, and we are looking at honestly gaining between 0.25% and 0.5% maximum of your total body mass per week, which is very low. I see people trying to gain kilos of mass every single week. And if we did this, right now I'm just over 100 kg, I'm about 105 kg. But if I was 100 kg, 0.25% of that would mean I'm like 100.25 kg next week. It's so small, or 100.5 next week. It's moving at such a small pace. Actually very similar to the shred phase. We're not looking at doing this, we're looking at doing this. Nothing extreme. You don't have to be extreme. You simply have to be consistent and just hit that KPI every week, and it takes you into the final destination. Not, oh, we think we're getting a head start. It's like the hare and the tortoise, right? You've got to plan it out and just play the long game with it. Doesn't mean we're slow, it just means we're precise and we take strategy into account. So in the build phase, like I said, 0.25 to 0.5% gain per week. High quality foods, just as structured as a diet phase, maybe 1 or 2 off-plan meals a week, but still high quality foods. And we are literally just very, very slowly gaining body mass, sometimes even maintaining. But the key indicator we're looking for is an increase in performance in the gym, because food will not build muscle. Food will make you fat. If you eat more food, you will get fat. What we want is better performance and better recovery, and we just use food as a tool in order to do that. So when we push food slightly, 250 surplus, maybe 300, 400 surpluses, what we're allowing our body to do is push in a little bit more performance, push in a little bit more recovery. And if we're training at a really high intensity with great execution, and we get that better performance and then we can recover better, that's what's going to build the tissue, right? And this is why we don't want to build it fast. I'm going to tell you right now. If you go into the local supermarket and you pick up a 1 kg packet of chicken breast, that's solid muscle. You look at how much muscle mass is in that 1 kg packet of chicken breast, you will be shocked. That is not going on your physique in a week, guys. Get fucking real, right? Stop trying to gain kilos and kilos and kilos every week, because all you do is you go 8 weeks into the bulk, I'm too fat, I feel rubbish. Or you keep going, your self-worth's down, and all you do is just operate at such a shit level. All the birds are like, oh, he's got fat, right? All your mates are like, he's let himself go. And you're just telling yourself, oh no, it's fine because, you know, I'll just put my hoodie up, it's part of the bulk. And you cut and you look just the same, bro, right? So strategy, we're looking for performance, we're not looking to bulk, we're looking for performance. And the key word, not bulk, we're actually looking to build muscle, not bulk on body fat. Because if you get more mass on simply just body fat, congratulations in gaining body fat. Now you've got to lose your body fat, right? Play the strategic game. So we're gonna build, and I would say we're gonna build for 16 to 24 weeks. In months, that would be 4 to 6 months. And if we do this at this KPI of 0.25 to 0.5% per week, you will still look very good if we actually get lean enough in the shred phase, which you will with this method. You will look very good and you will actually be leaner at the top of a build phase than you are right now. 14% body fat maximum is where I would take a client to in a build phase, because you still want to look good, you want to feel good, you want to operate at a high level. So we would build throughout and we would stay lean the whole time. Now, we're only 12 to 14% body fat at this point. We've built a lot of muscle mass. We may have gained 5-6 kg in that time, 4 of which may be muscle mass. And now, instead of going through a hard, crazy cut diet, we're just gonna slowly recomp back in. So very slowly, now more around the 0.5% loss per week, we're gonna recomp back in. So it's not a crazy cut. It's more of like, okay, we're gonna come into maybe maintenance again instead of a slight surplus, or maybe just sub maintenance with minimal cardio, and then just slowly start pushing a little bit more movement in, keeping the food high to obviously sustain performance in the gym. And we can actually keep building muscle tissue, but we're just now cleaning the physique up. We're just drying it off. We're just pulling in some body fat whilst building a bit more tissue. We then pull back in. We then maybe 10%, 8%, wherever we want to get to, and we start working back up. So the whole time in this journey, if we have muscle mass higher and we have body fat lower, I don't know why I just wrote a 4 there, we are always moving like that. We're always going to pull down body fat. We're going to build more muscle mass when we're in the recomp phase. And then in the build phase, we're just going to keep body fat as low as possible and we're going to build. So prime, shred, and once we've done that initial shred, that's the bit where I say, look, most people quit because they're like, oh, I'm skinny, I just need to be heavier. I'm like, you don't need to be heavier, because that heaviness is body fat. We need to understand that there is a principle in physique coaching which is called get flat or stay fat. And the first time we shred down, you're gonna feel a little bit smaller. You're like, oh, my arms feel smaller in my t-shirt. They're probably gonna be, because you've got less body fat, which means your circumference is less, right? My legs feel smaller. They're probably gonna be, but that doesn't mean you've lost muscle. It means you've lost body fat. My weight's down. Yes, it should be, because we didn't want the body fat, right? It's simple, guys. So we have to pull off the body fat and then build up, because we want better insulin sensitivity. We want better partitioning of nutrients so we can actually gain better quality muscle tissue and more of it on the way up. And guys, you're gonna commit to the build phase for a longer period of time. And the key to building muscle tissue is staying in the higher food period for a longer period of time, just taking it slower and steadier. And if you were fat, you would feel uncomfortable and you would want to get into a diet phase much sooner. So this is the key, guys. We grind it out, we prime, we grind it out in the shred, we go through a strategic build phase, and then we just recomp back in, build, recomp back in, build. But always in these build and recomps, we're always between 8 to 14, 8 to 12% body fat, depending on the client and how they want to look and how they want to feel. Bulking and cutting is simply a waste of time. It's a waste of confidence. It's fucking you over with girls. It's fucking you over with work. And you're just lying to yourself. Get it done. Get the work done. Set yourself up for success with the prime phase. Go through a shred phase. Be prepared that you're going to be a little bit lighter. You don't want the body fat. And then go into a strategic building phase. Recomp it in, build, recomp. And that way you're going to spend the majority of your year growing muscle tissue rather than just gaining fat, losing a bit of fat, gaining fat, losing a bit of fat, and still always having a fuck ton of stubborn body fat. Because once you've done this shred and you've got that body fat off properly, it's never going back on. That stubborn body fat's never going back on. May accumulate a couple of % of fat, which is fine, but you're never gonna have that stubborn body fat again. All right, guys? Now, if you want some help with this, we help young, driven lads literally follow this exact principle within our VIP coaching. We help Young driven lads get down to 8% body fat, build muscle mass and stay lean year round with their lifestyle, work on their career. And we do all of this following this principle, not bulking and cutting, because bulking and cutting is literally just setting yourself up for failure. Now guys, if you do want a hand with this and you do want to see if you could be a fit for our VIP coaching, I will put a link below this video and you can simply book in for a call with myself. Yes, I do the calls. People say, why are you doing the calls? You've got a big business. I do the calls. I want to speak to you guys. I want to see if we can be of help to you. I want to show you exactly what we can do for you. And then we will bring you in and take you through the process if it is in your best interest. If not, that's absolutely fine. And you'll know exactly the process moving forwards, but at least then you've got a strategy. Guys, hope you're taking a lot of value from this video, because this, honestly, if you implement this and you stick to this and you follow this framework, you won't have any of your issues ever again. All right, guys, see you in the next video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.